students were sort of, how did you come up with this?
So the idea of Food Safari was all about finding out more about where food comes from. And the idea that there are dozens of cookery schools, and you might go and learn Indian cookery for the day, or Thai cookery, or French cookery. But I wanted to do something that was much more about food that we produce in this country.
Yeah.
And really the two inspirations for it. One was that when we used to live in London, we used to shop at farmers markets and at Borough Market all the time. And the reason that I loved doing that was because I liked meeting the producers and talking to them about their product and seeing everything beautifully presented. But on the other hand, my aunt and uncle were organic farmers in North Wales. They had what was the first certified organic farm in Wales.
Wow.
Over 30 years ago, before organic was trendy.
Yeah.
And they really believe in food and that, and all their, and sustainability and all of those issues, and that's really rubbed off on me. And they do farmers markets, but they'll spend several days preparing for a market. And yet when you shop at one, you don't think really about what's gone through.
No.
And if you shop in a supermarket, you certainly don't. And a really lightning moment for me was when my cousin, when he was about 8, was really wasting shop-bought butter, but they had previously made their own. And my aunt said, "Hugh, stop wasting butter. Have you any idea how much grass went into making that butter?" And I just thought, nobody thinks about the connection between grass and butter, or even milk and cream and butter.
No.
Food has become totally commoditised. So that's the kind of the serious side of it. But what I really hope is that people will come along and have a fun day and learn a new skill, like butchering or bread making or preserving or wild food foraging. But that hopefully that they'll pick up one or two sort of important tips and ideas and thoughts that will perhaps change the way that they shop and cook in the future.
Why not buy from the supermarket? Why go to a butcher's? Because that's what a lot of people say.
Because it is much more likely to be locally produced. It's much more likely to be sustainably produced and not factory farmed and pumped full of antibiotics and all sorts of things. And a lot of meat and even things like smoked fish that you might buy in the supermarket is pumped full of water and all sorts of things to bulk it up.
Yeah.
When you cook meat and it shrivels up really, a lot of liquid runs off it. Whereas good quality meat, that won't happen.
Right.
Because it's because of the way that it's produced. The same with farmed fish versus wild fish and so on. So I want people to have a great time on Food Safari.
Sure,
of course.
Yeah, which I've had today. So obviously you do put that across.
Yeah.
But from what I'm getting from you, the ethos really is about teaching people, going back to basics about where food comes from, and really understanding it, and then enjoying the flavours of it because it's better produced.
And that kind of sense of place as well. And the plan is that we will start to run food safaris in other parts of the country. And that it will take on a local flavour. So Suffolk is great for game, it's great for pork, it's great for beer. If we're running Food Safari in Somerset, it might be more about cheese and dairy farming and cider making and so on.
So really it's going right back, if you think about it, to hunter-gatherer, where they lived on the berries when they were in season, lived on those meats when they were season.
And all those wild food courses that we do are hugely popular.
It's amazing, and it does make you think about going back to basics and where food comes from, because I think we're too far removed, so thank you very much.
Thank you.